At 7 or shortly after.
What's that about? Serial killer? I guess serial killers.
Okay, let me make sure we're live here quick.
Okay.
Come on, computer.
Come on, computer, kick in.
Why, yes, we are live. Okay, nobody's jumped on yet. I'm going to share this out quick.
Go ahead. Now I'm echoing.
You're not to me.
Isn't that weird that when you go live it echoes?
You're cutting out here and there a little bit, but not too much.
Am I echoing? Yes. I'm going to take it out of this charge. Try it that way.
All right, I got to share it out. It's not echoing to me. Okay, I got that turned down.
I wasn't talking.
No, I opened this up on another page so I could
Oh.
verify that we were live on the Otter's Den, and I made it large so I can see the comments over there. And it was the microphone was turned up, so I had to shut it down.
Okay.
So we are live. Welcome to the Otter's Den. Nobody's popped on yet, but hopefully we'll get somebody. So for right now, me and Joni's just going to talk. What we're gonna be discussing tonight, pretty much the full moons, the moon situation for October 2020. We've got a full moon on the 1st, which is tonight. So don't forget to set your crystals and stones out to charge. Don't forget to make your moon water, to set your intentions, to do all your work. Hey, Peggy, how you doing? Very important to set your intentions this month. We've got a full, hey, Jolene, we got a full moon on the 1st. We got a new moon, I think, on the 16th. That's for setting new intentions, something new that you want to come into your life. And then we got a full moon on what date? The 31st, Halloween. Second moon, the blue moon. And we ain't talking Kentucky. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Hey, El, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. We are going to be discussing the full moons and what they may wreak havoc upon this month, or what are they going to balance and help us with this month? Everything's got to have balance. So if a full moon throws something bad at you, chances are it's going to be throw something good at you too. You just got to be able to see it. Sometimes
and it's in Aries. It's a
yes.
fiery moon.
Yes, it is in Aries. Along with a Mars retrograde. So that's adding a little insult to injury. And that's going to add to the full moon's energy. So when you think about a normal, full moon, this is going to be multiplied a little bit. It may not be the easiest thing to get through for a lot of people. We got about 3 days worth of the energy. It's going to hit hard. It's been coming up for the last 3 days. It's going to hit tonight. And then it's going to slowly taper off for about the next 3 days to the week. So be expecting a lot of different things. Anxiety.
Yes.
Hyperactive, so much energy you can't deal with it. Ground.
Impulsive.
Yeah.
It's fiery.
Now is a very important time to ground. Salt baths, your grounding stones and crystals, being in nature, walking barefoot in the yard, asking a tree to help you cycle the excess energy into the ground. There's all different kinds of ways to ground, but that's really important right now. So let's start here. October transits. Okay, and we're starting now with a full moon. So October 1st, we got the full moon in Aries. The 2nd, tomorrow, Venus enters Virgo. 4th, Pluto goes direct. Yes.
Perfect.
The 9th is last quarter moon, and then 13th, here comes Mercury retrograde. We've been coming up in the shadow, and October 13th, we're going to be hitting Mercury retrograde. So here we go again with the lessons. Mercury's going to show us what we need to work on. Let's not fight him. If we fight him, we're still gonna be in the shadow of Pluto. Pluto can still knock us on our
Right.
tail. So,
Mercury's a tiny one. It's tiny, but it's fiery.
yeah. Let's see. The 16th, new moon in Libra. So the new moon is in Libra. Balance. Let's balance the scales. 18th, Ceres is direct. 22nd, Vesta enters Virgo. 22nd, Sun enters my sign, Scorpio. So that's going to be interesting for me. The 23rd, first quarter moon. 27th, Mercury retrograde enters Libra.
Yes.
And then Venus on the same day, the 27th, enters Libra. And then on the 31st, we have the full moon in what? But Taurus, sign of the bull.
And then every single week, we have either a square or an opposition with Mars. And there's one with Mercury. It is going to be a power-packed transit, navigate through month of October. But like we discussed, it's in Libra, where the sun is going to be in Libra until the 22nd. Pull on the Libra energy to balance out a lot of this fire. You have to.
Definitely, because Libra is balance. It's the scales of justice, if you will. That's what they use for Libra is the scales. So if you can find any balance whatsoever, it is going to help you a lot.
The squares are very aggravating. Especially when they're with Mars, which is in retrograde. It can cause you to be impulsive. It can cause you to go off the deep end and be angry. Pull on that Libra energy a lot and balance. And also use the energy to your advantage. Get some new projects going. Use this hyper energy to exercise, yoga, things like that.
Yeah, up until Mercury starts, then we really don't want to start anything new until it goes direct. Also, Mercury, don't sign any contracts. Give yourself extra time to get to where you need to be. Watch your electronics. Just give yourself some extra time to get things rolling. Hey, Peggy, is she still frozen? Because she's moving fine on my end. Peggy Cell says you froze.
I did. I'm moving now.
I'm gonna wait till she, gets on here and says if you're moving or not.
I'm not I didn't work on any murders today, so I'm good. I should be good.
Hi. Hey, Deanna. Deanna Ashby started yoga today, actually.
Perfect time.
Absolutely. Okay, she says it's fine now, so we're good to go.
Yeah.
One thing we're gonna want to watch out for with Mars and the full moon. Both can trigger anger issues. So they're going to kind of multiply each other. So we're going to want to sit back before we jump. If we're having a conversation, we're going to want to slow down and think about how we want to say things. Does it need to be said? Is it true? Does it need to, if it is, does it need to be said now? Am I the one that needs to say this? Hey, Desi, we need to really think about our conversations. We need to think about, taking a time out if we need to. If all of a sudden your trigger hits and you're raging, take a walk. Go for a drive.
Also, on the other end of the spectrum, be careful of your surroundings.
Yes, that too.
Uh,
Yeah, always be aware of your surroundings, because something might trigger somebody else. Especially in these cities that are looting, rioting. Um, you know, be conscious of who's around you at all times. Defensive driving in traffic, huge must right now. On the way home tonight, I had cars trying to pass on hills with cars coming over the top of the hill. I mean, it was nuts. It's nuts.
if you notice during um, a full moon, people do drive more. They drive erratic.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
It's important with Mars in retro.
Yes.
And I looked at election night, by the way, November the
Okay.
3rd. We have something very interesting happening on election night, you guys. The sun is opposing Uranus, not your anus, Keith, Uranus. See, Scorpio. Um, Shocking. Something very shocking is going to occur.
Okay.
Mercury goes direct on that day. On election day, Mercury goes direct. Shocking, unpredictable. I don't know if anybody wants to predict what's going to be shocking to us in this country on election night, um, but
I'm
it will be.
I'm gonna say how much Trump wins by on election night. They're
I
gonna
thought of
contest,
that.
but not only that, but the amount of people protesting that out in the streets may also be shocking. So we need to watch out for that also,
Yeah.
because they're already getting ready for it.
Are they really for election night?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's talk about it. They're already talking about um, contesting things, people going out, rioting, looting. If he wins, to protest it. It's not going to be cool. So just again, be aware of your surroundings. And something
Any
else that happened this month. Not to change this, but it's fresh in my head. I got to get this out. Is events may occur out of the blue to keep us from making mistakes. Um, Say you're going to go on a date with this guy you just met and it's the wrong person. Something may happen. There may be a car accident. There may be um, all of a sudden your babysitter can't show. I mean, something out of the blue. It might be minor, it might be major, but something is going to happen that you deem as bad, but it's actually a good thing because it's keeping you from the universe helping to keep you from making a mistake. So as you go through the month, and you think a bad thing happened, think, okay, what if this didn't happen? So keep that in mind.
what is that?
What do you mean? What is it?
I mean, what is that energy? Because that just happened to me.
Ah,
It did.
it's all part of Mars retrograde and
Oh,
the full
okay.
moon. Yeah, it's all that. Yeah, it's Mars retrograde. Um, a lot of tension too, but there's going to be a lot of tension on election day. Um, People are going to be angry. People are going to get triggered. Um, it's going to, everybody's going to be feeling that energy, especially the empaths. Um, so it's going to be a difficult month. If
Very.
if you can work things right, keep yourself balanced, keep yourself grounded, be aware of your situations, your surroundings. It should actually be a pretty good month for you because the retrogrades, the moons, there's only one. The moon is going to, help us get to where we need to be, to help us see what we're not seeing now. And if you don't understand that now, you will when you see it. Somebody's out that is out there thinking that. It's like when you see it, you'll understand it. And this person might not even be watching now. They might watch later. I'm not sure, but it just right through my head.
Another thing when Mercury enters into Scorpio, That is another time because the Scorpio is it's the sign of hidden things. Scorpios don't like to reveal too much about either themselves, their emotions. Uh,
We
when
like our
Mercury,
secrets.
yes, black secrets. Mercury enters Scorpio, hidden things are revealed. That's another exciting thing coming up.
Yeah. Another thing Scorpio likes is the truth. We like the truth. We don't like lies, even little ones. Tell us the truth. Let's deal with it, get it over with so we can move on. Let's not have the disappointment of the lie later because we know you're lying right now. We
Mhm.
can feel it, we can hear it, we can see it. So don't lie to Scorpios.
Never lie to a Scorpio.
No, no, not good.
It,
Especially an empathic one, because yeah, it's not good.
it's not good.
No, no, no. Tell us the truth. When it's time, if we got a secret, we'll tell you what it is. But sometimes we like to keep our personal information to ourselves until it's right and we're comfortable enough with you to reveal that. Like in a relationship, when the time's right, it'll come out. We're not lying. We're just waiting to tell you when the time's right. When I've grown enough, when you've grown enough, then that information will come out. Yeah, but don't lie to us because we're not going to lie to you. Especially the evolved Scorpios, we're not going to lie to you. If we're screwed up, we're going to say, can we talk? Because I kind of did this thing and I need to talk to you about it. It's just sit down and have a conversation. Julie, I got to throw that up there. Oh, wait, Jeremy popped in. Um, oh, lost Joni. Click the link. Yeah, today was kind of a hot mess, but like I said, I kept the balance. I kept my head and um, lost you
Look, I,
and got through it. Rushed home. Like I said, there's about a couple car accidents because of other people driving on the highway. Um, but I'm home in my cave, in my Scorpio cave. I'm happy. I'm comfortable, and I'm good. And I'm talking to you all and hopefully helping. Um, Jeremy Bridham, he's a Scorpio, so he can probably attest to the yeah, don't lie to us.
never. Scorpios, they know, they feel, they're highly intuitive. You cannot lie to a Scorpio. That's one of their pet peeves. They cannot, they're very, very loyal.
Huge.
So,
And we're overthinkers. So if you lie to us, we are going to overthink this situation. We will look at every piece of evidence that we do have, and we will put that into every scenario that we can come up with until we come up with an answer. And until we learn different, that is our answer. That is our truth. Therefore, look out when we find the truth, because 9 times out of 10, we're right. We nail it.
yeah.
Just we'll figure it out. Just let us know if there's an issue. Just say, hey, can we talk about it? It's okay. Hey, Howie, how you doing?
And a Scorpio can handle just about anything.
Yeah, and like I said, especially if you're an evolved Scorpio, your lower level who hasn't, they haven't done the shadow work, they haven't grown, they're still vibing low vibrational. Um, they're going to blow right now with the full moon. With Mars, with Aries, they are going to be the ones that are blowing, beating the crap out of people. Okay, their wife, their girlfriend, their best friend at the bar. They're going to blow. They're going to lose it. Um, and then you've got your next level, which is that is your actual scorpion with your stinger and your claws. Then you have the eagle. The eagle has risen enough that he can see. He's flying above everybody else. He's looking down. He's seeing. He's learning, so that he can evolve even further into the third of a portion of a Scorpio. The evolved Scorpio is the dove or the phoenix. We burn up into ash and then we rise from those ashes. It's and you can rise a number of times. It's not a one time thing, but it's I've done a lot of work. So I'm not going to blow up at you, but Joe Blow down the street, he may, take after you with a tire iron. Who knows? So you just got to kind of be careful. There's some other signs out there that can be kind of fiery right now too. Aries.
Aries, especially Aries.
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 Did we say Aries?
Yeah, we said Aries.
Oh. Scorpio double shot Aries. I'm smiling though. I'm happy.
Oh, also this full moon, it's the chaos of October. Libra will balance that. It's a good time to plan new projects. Stay centered. Use the fiery energy to your advantage and make it creative. Start it. Plan a new project out.
Absolutely.
Plan it.
Yeah. Before Mercury goes retrograde. Because if you plan it now and start it, when Mercury goes retrograde, then it's an old project, not a new project. That's a loophole.
The Mercury retro loophole.
There you go.
But always remember you control the energy. The energy does not control you.
Yes. So many people have that backwards. They feel it and they think, okay, this is I read this is what's supposed to happen, so this is what I have to do. No, it ain't. It's what could happen. It's how you handle that energy as to how your life is going to turn out. If you handle it all wrong, then it's going to be crap. If you handle it right, then you're going to grow a little bit and you're going to learn something. Yeah, there it is, Howie. There it is, the Orion effect.
Well, and with Saturn going direct karma, so you're either ducking right now or you are getting rewarded by Saturn karma.
Yes, with that planet going direct, when it was in retrograde, it was rough on a lot of people, me being one of them. That was what they say, the last 29 years worth of karma being balanced. So if you had a lot of bad karma coming to you, guess what? You got, or will get soon. If you've done a lot of good deeds, you've done a lot of growing, guess what? You may get a little bit of a reward from spirit, the universe, here soon. So it's all about karma. Good, bad, doesn't matter. It was about clearing it or setting up a way to clear it. So we could still have some action here in the next month or so. Imagine that in October. 2 full moons, new moon, squares, trines, this, that, the other thing. This is crazy.
There's a lot of activity in October. I really was not that aware of it because I was so concentrated on September. But we made it through September. We made it.
Yeah, we'll make it through October. And I bet a lot of people learn a lot of lessons. I'm going to throw that out now.
I think this year has been an extremely huge lesson year for people and a lot of awakening. A lot of people have had a lot of spirit. Um, Things happen to them with spirit this year, and they're open and they're seeing it because their minds are a little bit calmer. We're not out running because we're all kind of stuck.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
It was the silver lining of COVID.
It was, and it's a side effect they didn't even think of when I'm about to go off on the deep end here. Well, I'm just going to say when this was started. Okay, notice the tone when this was started. Okay, they didn't think that so many people would do their shadow work while they're stuck at home and start raising their vibration and start learning and start paying attention. And that also, like I said before, it raises the vibration of the earth. The Schumann resonance, it was like 71 again the other day. It's off the charts. That is the human collective raising the vibration of the earth. It's an amazing fact. It's scientifically proven that enough people meditating can do that. Enough people meditating they did an experiment. It lowered crime not only in the direct vicinity, but like all over the world by like 23% while this was going on. And there was only like 1,000 people meditating at that time. That's amazing. transcendental meditation. I can't remember the term of it. Yes, Renee. Yes, the rabbit hole.
It works, and I've had a lot of people text me with a lot of crazy spirit things, like they're finding feathers. They're
Yeah,
somebody texted me and said they keep seeing dead birds everywhere, and
that may be something else. Because normally spirit won't, they'll give you a feather, but they normally won't give you the whole bird. Now, I was given a whole
my
bird twice, but there was a specific
my
reason for it.
the old Irish. My grandma used to say if a bird got in the house, it was bad luck. If you saw three dead birds, someone was going to die. Irish. I don't know.
They were pretty superstitious back then, but
Mm.
those things got started somehow. Yes, thank you, Howie. Transcending transfer meditation. Sometimes I can't get my words out correctly, so I appreciate that. Thank you. He
This
keeps me
this
on my toes.
this is the month to meditate a lot. This is the month to do it.
Yeah, even if it's just going out to the lake and going for a walk. I mean, a lot of people don't know how to sit down and do the, that type of meditation. Some people can't, some people can. Um, the more you practice it, the more you're going to get into it, the easier it's going to come to you. It's just finding your calm state of mind, your zen, your clarity. I go out to the lake, I go for walks, I sit there on a granite rock, and I close my eyes, I bring the light in. And that's where I have my talks with spirit. Um, Driving down the road, I turn on some good music, some good high vibing music, and I just let it come in and hit me. That's kind of a form of meditation too. Um, Going out and leaning up against a tree for a while, just calming yourself down, grounding. It can really make a big difference in how you handle your day, um, and how you treat others.
And I think that's individual. A friend of mine speaks to spirit in the shower. I think people have to find what works for them. Everybody's individualistic. I mean, you can't not
Yeah, salt
the
baths.
meditation doesn't work for everybody.
Right. Salt baths, showers, that water is coming in through the ground in pipes, coming up through your home, coming out, rolling over the top of you, hitting the drain, going back into the ground. You are grounding while you're taking a shower, whether you realize it or not. That's why you always feel better after you take a shower.
That works. And I think it's important. October is going to be a little bit, I think it's going to be full of energy, though. I think it's going to be very energetic. It's just how you use that energy. Use it wisely. Don't react to anger.
It's, I was going to type it out, but Renee's been trying to meditate a lot lately, but hasn't been, um, let's say, getting the job done. It's not working for her. She feels blocked. A lot of times that is a personal blockage that we have that we haven't worked out yet. And the way to do that is just to kind of look in the mirror, look inside yourself, look inside your heart, look inside your mind. Is there something that has been plaguing you for a long time? Some kind of issue you've been trying to get through for a long time. You might not even realize that it's bothering you, but your subconscious is sitting there rolling it in the background. So if you can get that blockage figured out, get that worked through, then that meditation may start taking a little bit more. So you might take a look at that.
Well, and another thing you can do too is to I can't meditate. I fall asleep. I'm a loud meditator. I have to use loud music. I have to blast everything out. So it's
I do that
finding
sometimes.
the meditation does. I can't do it. It does not work for me. Um,
I
I'll
have a hard time.
I can't. But my prayer life is good. But there's other ways you can connect to spirit too. That I get my car and it blasts. I blast music and I think you have to experiment around and try different things. Get
Yeah.
into get into divination. Don't push it.
Yeah, right. Let it come naturally. If you try something and it starts to help you when you start feeling better, then guess what? It's working.
Hmm.
My issue with sitting down and doing the Zen type meditation, my mind rolls
Hmm.
24/7. Every second, there's a new thought going through, and so it's so hard for me to silence my thoughts. And you don't really have to. There may be one that comes out that the meditation is going to help with, but I need to slow them down. So that's kind of difficult for me to do sometimes, but sometimes I can get it done. And usually, sometimes in the shower, I'm just standing there letting the hot water run over me. And a lot of times, that's when I can calm myself down enough to, I'll say, make that breakthrough. Okay, I see this now. Thank you. I got it. Okay, now I can work on this. I understand it now. It just, that light clicks. And then you start thinking again.
Yeah. And trust what you hear. Trust that inner voice. Trust that intuition. Write it down.
Absolutely.
Always trust it. It's
Absolutely. Yeah,
very
take notes.
difficult.
Yeah, note taking, journaling. That's awesome. I have a hard time doing it, finding time to actually sit down and write. I can't read my own handwriting anyway. So I use a voice recorder. And then I'll sit at the computer sometime and type a week's worth out or a month's worth out, and that's my journal. I'm way behind on typing, but that's between us. That's our secret. Again, Scorpio secrets. For those of you just tuning in, we started out by talking about the full moons, naturally today, and then on the 31st on Halloween, and kind of how they're gonna affect us. So watch your tempers, watch your words. We got Mars retrograde and the full moon energy, together. It may fire up your temper. So just kind of keep an eye on yourself. If you still, start feeling agitated, take a break, take a walk. Say, hey, you know what? In this conversation, no, we need to have it, but I need a timeout. I'm getting agitated. Let me go regroup, and then I'll come back and we'll continue. If they won't let you, might be an issue there, but that's their issue, not your issue. What else were we saying about this? My mind goes off on so many tangents.
That's okay.
I wrote notes, but I can't read them naturally.
Oh, for the full moon,
Yeah,
it's fiery, it's energetic, it's in Aries, and it's actually in Libra in Aries. So it's in the house, it's in that house, but it's in Aries. So you've got your two polar, and these are the two polar signs, Aries and Libra. You've got fire and not water, I guess you could air, and they're going to fight. They're going to pull at one another. So,
yeah. If you think about air, communication, you use your breath, air, in order to communicate.
exactly. It's a good full moon. It's a very energetic one. It's a good one. It's a creative moon. Um, this is an excellent moon. I like it.
I do too. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? For those of you listening, Michelle Dyer just popped on, my teammate. Right after this, when we're done, I'm gonna close this one out. I'm gonna start another feed right away, and that is Michelle Dyer and I. We are starting a show on the lesser known serial killers. So if that's something you're interested in, maybe keep an eye out and pop back on. Just throwing that out there. Got to plug it.
Hey, I think that's interesting. That's
I
very
think
interesting.
it's gonna be because everybody knows about the major serial killers, but a lot of the lesser known ones have been forgotten about. So we're gonna bring some attention back to them.
Serial killers have a different kind of energy. I really think serial killers are extremely intuitive and psychic. They know when people are watching them. They're extremely intuitive.
And that's very possible. So you'd figure there'd be a lot of Scorpios as serial killers. I don't think there's one Scorpio that's ever been a serial killer, which is very interesting. And but that's another long story. So I'm going to try to get back on subject here.
I think Scorpios just chop. They don't. They're not serial killers. They would just like, bam, you're done. And they don't. It's not like they would go out and find somebody.
No, it would be like a crime of passion, like
Yeah.
just snap. That TV show, Snap. Boom, done. All right, now I got to hide a body. Okay, it'll be that simple.
And they would do it and do it quickly. And but serial killers are really interesting. It would be interesting to look at the astrology and the different makeups and the sun signs
Right.
of.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, can you read the comment that I just threw up on the screen? And the gave is supposed to be have.
Oh, sure, I'd love to.
All righty,
I would
we'll
love
do that.
to.
Because like you just said, it's going to be interesting to look at their birth chart too.
Well, and like right now, Ingrid is running a. We're doing we did one on Marilyn Monroe, and she's doing like the celebrity charts that we did Marilyn Monroe. That was interesting. I don't know who won next. Maybe Princess Diana. That's interesting. It's
That'd be
great to see these things taking off because the outer planets are headed to the age of Aquarius. They're all going to move out of Capricorn into Aquarius. So
yeah.
people that are in the spirit world that we do work with spirit, you do um, ghost hunting, you do healing work, Reiki work, whatever you do, if you're a medium, be prepared to be bombarded in 2021.
We're going to be bombarded.
Bombarded. People are going to wake
Oh,
up and they're going to realize,
yeah, we're going to have a lot of teaching to do.
yes, they're coming. And it'll starting to unfold now. I mean, and I don't know if it's COVID, but I'm getting a lot more texts last year. And I was doing shows last year. So I was
Yeah.
out there more. Um, but I think
Yeah.
people are realizing there's more to life and it's got to do with spirit. There's a higher being.
Yep. Higher power, no matter what your flavor of spirit, whether it's Christianity, Buddhism, whatever your flavor. Like Steve says, the divine by any other name is still the divine. It's a higher power. So, whatever it is, work with them. Ask them for help. Ask your angels for help. Ask your spirit guides for help. Your spirit animals for help. Give them permission to help you through this difficult time. Because, like I said, October, it may be a difficult time for a lot of people. I'm hoping I'm gonna breeze right through it. I know what to expect. I'm getting used to dealing with this stuff, so hopefully I'm gonna breeze through it without too much heat coming down. And now that I said that, and Spirit heard it. He's probably, they're probably going, "Oh, it's on now. You just bought it, boy. Here we go. You think you got it? Let's find out."
I
Wait,
know. It's like you can't barter with the universe. They know what's in your heart.
they know what we can handle. So if we think we are, getting handed an unfair amount of issues,
Hmm.
no, you can handle it. It's just you have to figure out how. Spirit's trying to teach you how to handle it better so you don't get in that low place, so you can handle it and move on. Um, that's something I've had to learn. I'm not getting, I always used to think I was getting punished by these retrogrades. No, I'm getting helped. Even if it's something that you think is a bad thing, there's some good in it somewhere. Find that good and use that as your light to get through it and think through it.
When I think too with spirit people that help other people, and when you do divination, help you on the path, or just take that one text message. you are healing by helping them.
Oh yeah, just talking to them sometimes. You plant seeds, you get them thinking, and then they figure it out.
It's going to be an exciting year in the spirit realm for people that are in the spirit world that love this. It's your passion, it's your life, whether it be tarot or ghost hunting or astrology, any type of divination work. It's coming and it's going to hit hard 2021.
Absolutely. Oh, one more thing during the full moons and the new moon, stay hydrated. Your body is, what percentage of water? I don't even know. I can't remember, but it's a lot. 70%? I don't know. Um, what does the moon do to the oceans? It moves them. So the moon does have an effect on us, and the full moon, that effect is intensified. So, stay hydrated. Um, if you get too dehydrated during this time, the moon, it's trying to help you. If it doesn't have the water to pull on, you might not get that help. And set your intentions tonight. Not only set your stones out, make your moon water, whatever, set your intentions. Um, People calling. If you don't know how, just get on the computer, Google setting full moon intentions. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Pick out a way that feels comfortable for you. I write down
Yeah.
my words like I've already received my gifts. Like I'm already an accomplished author. I'm already financially stable. I'm putting those positive aspects out to the universe. And then I take them outside. I light them on fire after I do my circle. I read them aloud to Luna, and then I let the smoke carry those words to her. Then I close my circle. So there's all kinds of different ways. And cleanse your house. If you smudge, smudge. If you don't, clean it, vacuum, dust, do your dishes, put your laundry away that's still in the washer. Somebody out there, it's been in the washer long enough, you might have to wash it again before you put it in the dryer. So smell it. Is that you?
That would be me.
I can smell it. Okay. Smell it before you put it in the dryer. If you need to, wash it again.
That would be me. It would. I left a load in there. You just reminded me. It's been in there for 2 days.
Yeah, I posted
Oh,
it here. Either this morning or yesterday. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you need to put your laundry in the dryer.
it's right now. I'm just gonna hit the button to start it over.
There you go. There you go. That's what I do if I forget.
And and another thing, put your crystals up in the windowsill. Um,
Yeah.
unless you have blue kyanite, you don't have to blue kyanite or citrine. They don't need to be charged, but other crystals do.
Right, and you can also use mine went blank. Never mind. But I put most of my stones and crystals in the windowsills. If you take them outside, make sure they're not going to get wet because there are some that if you get them wet, it can make poisonous gas. They can melt.
Yep.
So I always just put mine in the windowsill so moonlight comes through. That way it's just safer. Um, including the ones I wear, they go in there too and I ask Luna, please help me, cleanse these of all negativity, help me recharge them, for their natural abilities. And it can really make a difference.
You can also sage them. Have your sage going and just run them through the smoke.
Yep.
That's another thing you can do.
Selenite, that's the word I was trying to think of. You can use selenite, even when we don't have full moons, new moons. If you got a stone or crystal you're using and it gets full, you can use selenite to cleanse those stones. Selenite will do that.
Get a little selenite wand. They're
I got
excellent.
two. Plus, I got a selenite lamp right by my bed, right by my head. When I
It's
first got that,
excellent.
I plugged it in. I think I was high for 3 days just from the energy coming off of that. I had to get used to it.
Another thing it's good are salt lamps. I love salt lamps.
Yeah, yeah. when you go get a selenite lamp, a salt lamp, go to the stone and crystal shop. I know it's difficult right now, but if you can, go to the shop, go inside, and walk around until you know, oh, that's the one, because it's going to call out to you. Same with stones and crystals. You might walk by a bin of 100 polished black onyx, and all of a sudden you dig your hand all the way in back to the very back corner, and you pull that one out, and you know that's the one. That's it. It picked you. It picked you. You don't pick it. It picks you. It calls to you. So something to keep in mind.
Divination is good to start in October as well. If you've really thought of studying a divination, I think that would help to calm a lot of this crazy energy that's going to be coming at us too. Sit down for an hour every night, study tarot, study the runes, study I Ching, um, astrology. Start to get into that. That always helps to open up and to raise a vibrational level because basically
Absolutely.
you just want to raise your vibrational level. That's what you want to do to open up your intuition. That's all.
Yeah, because as you do that, as you clear out old wounds, as you clear out old issues, your vibration is going to naturally raise. You're getting rid of negativity, letting light and positivity come back in to replace it. Your vibration is going to raise, and that your gifts are going to start coming in. Um, just have to recognize them and see them and be ready. A lot of people it scares and they fight it.
I hit a girl just this week actually who through trauma, this is crazy, through a traumatic event in her life, um, she began to hear things as a clairaudient. And she texted me yesterday and said, "Am I crazy?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"No, this trauma may have opened up. I don't know what it opens up, but she seems to be clairaudient now."
my car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, traumatic events can definitely open things up rather quickly. Renee, why don't you remember to get with me tomorrow? I got a lot going on tonight, but get with me tomorrow. And the blockage and the stones, I believe I can help you with. So get with me tomorrow on that. I'm already
But I,
seeing one.
what?
No, I was talking to myself. Sorry, I was looking at stones in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm already seeing one stone. Okay.
You're, and you could have, if you have a blockage, you could have a blocked chakra as well.
Again, I may be able to help with that. So, I do Reiki.
That's perfect for Scorpios. They're
A
the
lot of
only
energy.
perfect.
Yep. And I finally decided, I finally got enough of my own issues worked through, got my head clear enough, my heart clear enough. I didn't feel like I was ready yet. I'm registered, level 2. I'm going to go for my master's. So it's time. Let's get this done.
Good. Good for you. Way to
Stepping out,
go.
stepping out of my familiar zone and, what other people call the comfort zone. Um, let's do this.
I think it's wonderful. I mean, and this is a great year. And this is, Ingrid and I are turning the forensic, what we do, into a show. So we're finally going to bring live cases that are going on in the country live to people to help with families, to help with clues, to give family support, help with searching. So it's a lot of new beginnings are coming out, a lot of new projects. It's exciting time.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, we're going to do the current cases. Like right now, we're on like three. One is right now happening. There's a so we're going to talk to the families, bring the families in. We're going to put up the clues. We're going to have like a situation room, and people can honestly at home help and either go to searches, get with the family, pray.
Yeah.
Pray for the families. Like you say, prayer is so phenomenal. I think
It,
it's some insight on what families are the missing or families of homicide victims go through? They actually go through. What are they going through?
Yeah, and it can make a heck of a difference, because you're putting out that positivity. You know, you're giving your positive energy to these people. You're giving it to the collective. You're giving it to your higher power. You're putting it out there. It's gonna make a difference, especially if enough people do it. You know, it's just like the meditation. You know, just like that.
And the prayer to find the majority of them, they just need closure. They want their loved one put to rest. And we don't see that side of what families go through. We,
Right.
we don't we don't see it. And I think people need to see it.
Yeah. So even
It's
praying, you know, for strength for them to get through, you know, the time, you know, that's important too.
I think it's needed, and I think people are so into true crime right now. It's a popular subject. Put it to good use. Let's put it to use with current cases that are going on in the U.S., actually worldwide now.
Yes.
And I think it's time. I think we need to do it. I'm excited. So you've got like new projects. Everybody's starting new things, and that's exciting.
Yeah. It is. You know, starting something new can be really exciting. It can be very frightening as well. Um, you know, that's why we call it, you know, stepping out of your comfort zone or your familiar zone, you know, because you got comfortable or familiar with your present, and people don't like change. So stepping out of that and trying something new, it sometimes it is scary, let me tell you.
Well, that's when you pull on that Aries, because Aries will punch everything in the face. Aries has no fear when it comes to that. You pull on that Aries, not the Scorpio. Pull on the
I,
warrior part. Just punch it.
I probably shouldn't punch too many things, just saying.
Well, it's just the same.
I was being silly.
Because that Scorpio will overthink. The
Uh-huh.
Aries is impulsive and just says, let's do it. And the Scorpio, it's like the devil and the angel. Pull on it. I love Aries. I love Aries energy.
I'm still getting used
Devil,
to it.
devil,
So
devil, devil. You got to do
you
your
take it
show.
on.
It's 8 o'clock.
Yes, yes, it is. All
You and
right.
Michelle have to do
All right.
your show.
Thank you, everybody, for popping on. Hope we helped explain a little bit about what to expect this month. You know, we'll be popping back on here hopefully every Monday
Monday.
as things happen and go through and try to help everybody get through the rest of this crazy
Yeah.
year.
Just
That
tell them.
word
Say,
almost came out that we shouldn't say on live TV.
just tell them it's Mars retrograde. Stop it.
Yes, yes. And if somebody, you know, if you're walking down the street and somebody bumps into you and starts chewing you out, just look at them straight face and say, "You can see me? I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've inhabited a human body." And just walk off. They ain't gonna know what to say.
Just
They'll stop.
smile at them and say,
Yeah.
have a good day.
All right. On that note, we're gonna hop off. We will see you next week. And like I said, I'm gonna hop off of here, shut it out, start a new broadcast with Michelle Dyer, and we're going to be hitting the serial killers. So stay
Cool.
tuned if you want. We will talk to
Bye,
you later.
babe.